This video is going to look at everybody's favorite exercise, the plank, but also some variations. So, we'll start with a basic outline of how to do a plank properly. When you're setting up for your plank, you want to make sure that your elbows, wrists, and shoulders are in line, and your body is in a straight line. So you don't want to let your hips sag down, and you don't want that butt up in the air. But you want to keep your core tight and think about keeping all of the muscles in your body tense. If a plank is difficult for you, you can come down to your knees like this, or a more advanced version would be on the elbows like this. So that is our basic plank. And now we're going to look at some ways you can increase the challenge on your plank and hit different areas of your core. The first of which is going to be the plank with a toe touch. So you'll set up in your plank on your hands like this, and all you're going to do is reach your opposite hand to your foot like this. So while you're doing this version of the plank, make sure that you're always coming back to that good plank position with your elbows, your shoulders, elbows, and wrists in line. Your core is tight and your body is tensed to get the most out of this plank movement. Another variation is the plank to side plank. So again, you'll set up in your plank position, and you can do this either on your hands or from your elbows. But what it's going to look like is you're just going to rotate to one side and bring that arm up. So from the elbows, that would look like this. So a reason that you might want to use this variation is that in addition to working that core musculature in the front, you're also going to be working on the side muscles of your core. It's also a good exercise for getting your heart rate up. As you can tell, I'm a little out of breath. Another variation that we can do is the pull through. So you're gonna grab a weight and set it off to the side. You're gonna get into your plank position next to your weight. And all you're going to do is grab that weight with one hand, pull it through to the other side. Reset your hand, grab the weight, pull it through to the other side. And like any plank variation, you're always thinking about keeping that nice straight back, good arm, shoulder, and elbow alignment, and keeping your core tight while you're doing the movement. One last variation is a plank with knees. And so this one is one of the more difficult variations because there's a lot of movement involved. It's kind of like doing a crunch from a plank position, but you're gonna set up in your plank, and you can bring your knees in a couple ways. You can go out to the outside of your elbow. You can come straight forward, or you can go across to the other side. And so you can do any one of those. You can alternate or do one side at a time. You can also combine all three of them if you're looking for something really challenging. So what that'll look like: out, in, across. Other side, out, in, across. And again, this is going to work more than just that middle core, but all the way around, and it's also a bit of a cardio workout. It's also going to be working on your shoulder stability, no matter which version of your plank that you're doing. And so some reasons you might want to consider other options is that nobody wants to do a plank for 90 seconds. So when you bring in these variations, it increases the challenge without having to spend more time in a plank. So this has been the plank and variations.